Get a little countdown soon. Hey, guess who's back? It is your boy, and also known as E. Dean, here on Fang Exchange. First time going live in 2025. Say that 5 times real fast. I am so happy to be here. Right here with you all, Fang Exchange. So y'all know what the deal is. If you don't remember from 2024, you know what it is. Drop your name in the comments. Let us know when you got on the hill, what's on your mind. I see a few folks are already climbing it. And now I think we got a new place that we're streaming to. We're on our IG account. So if you can hit us now on YouTube, Facebook, I think, and IG. You can watch it all. So tell a friend, tag a friend, let them know all across Fang Exchange. So excited. We got some NIL news. Everything is, look, it's constantly changing. We've been telling y'all that since the first show. It's constantly changing. We got some new NIL stuff to talk about tonight. Of course, we're going to talk about our rallies. We're going to talk about Thanksgiving. If you don't know what that is, we're going to let you know what that is too, folks. We get it all in. So, as you know, I'm not here by myself. I got my two favorite rattlers in the building, and that is Ashley C. and my girl Tasha. What's up? What's up? What's up?
Hello, everybody.
What's going on?
I'm not even drinking. I did that sober.
Ellis, I know we missed you and the social house.
We're missing
for the last
energy.
2 weeks.
It's definitely fun. I definitely missed my social house. I missed my social house too. What you mean? So yeah, the social house is getting it. But so continue, please, rattlers. We're going to give y'all an update on the next show of where we are, how we are in the pecking order of the social house, folks. So please continue to buy. Like I just told them before the show, I bought 6 more bottles yesterday. I just got my email. If y'all need me to pull it up, I can show it to you. It says, "Welcome back. Thanks again." So they already knew what it was for the first time. So yeah, so I'm up to a case now, fully now. So 6 and 6, I'm up to a full case being purchased. One man by myself all day, staying hard. So please continue to buy that Fang Exchange. The Social House vodka with venom on it, all of that. So just please continue to make those purchases, and then we've got some other stuff for you. So, ladies, how y'all doing? This is my first time back. You know, it's been a minute. Took some time off for the holiday break and getting back.
Everything's going well. We started a new year a little bit of, it's cold. It's been very cold around these Florida and Georgia parts. It's not the usual different kind of cold. So they might want to tell us if they had a chance to play in the snow. Some of the Tallahassee people got a good amount of snow. I know Georgia, right? Atlanta area got snow as well.
We did. We got a lot of snow.
We got a dust.
We did not. That was the last, but the time before that, Ellis, we got a
time
before that. Yeah.
No, the first one was a full snow.
No.
Like it was a winter wonderland on that first one.
Did y'all see the with the beach had the snow on over the sand?
Oh yeah,
in Destin, and I think maybe Pensacola, one of those areas. That is crazy.
Did you see FAMU and the amphitheater and all the stuff
that
got going around? So like it's crazy how much the south of Atlanta got snow. We did, where I live, I didn't get them.
Well, so I did.
It's a really, really dope picture of the Rattler with snow. Like somebody caught the snow falling. Did you see it? Did y'all see it online? The snow was falling the moment of the snake on campus.
Yes. That was dope. The amphitheater was the best one though. The amphitheater.
Yeah. The amphitheater looked nice. Yeah.
One that looked the best. It was the 100% best one.
Miss Gail said she purchased 3 bottles. It's gone.
It's gone. What? He's 95. Hold up. No, you got to get that man a break. Hold on.
Wait, now, Miss Gail.
A play daddy. I don't know what that means, Miss Gail.
I don't know. I don't know about this one.
Miss Gail, you're going to have to give us some understanding of what play daddy means. Because it's like,
I don't know if you understand it.
You know what a sugar daddy is, but you don't know what a play daddy is. It's like a play cousin, where it's just like y'all kind of family, but not really blood related. Okay.
Correct. Little baby.
Look at hey,
little baby, how you doing? But yeah, we've got a lot going on in the new year. We've had what I think this is our third show. So the first two shows, we came out swinging, talking about all things that Fang Exchange is looking to do and to improve and be better at and grow at. Because we had a good opportunity to learn so much of the last half of the year in 2024. In 2025, new year, new goals, new ambitions. So one of those things, of course, is Thanksgiving. And, we'll hit on that real quick and just kind of get on to our next topic where we gave you the rundown last show anyway. So you know what it is. Get your package, whichever one works for you, between bronze, silver, gold, and platinum. And buy into it. We've been moving the chains along. So we want to make sure that we just kind of hit on Thanksgiving. But we also want to be able to show you, our shirt. We've shown you the slides of what you can choose from, because you get slides if you go into the silver package, but we also want to make sure you're able to show you the shirt. So let's debut the shirt tonight, and everyone see what they'll get. Even if you go into the $100 package, anybody who purchases or contributes to Thanksgiving will get a shirt, no matter what. So this is what you will get. We got Thanksgiving with block letters with a little bit of snake skin on there.
I love it.
In the color orange as well. So we wanted to give you something that you could wear more than just to mow the lawn and wash your car and wash the dishes. Sometimes you get shirts in these campaign levels, and it's not really something
up
that
to par, right?
What you want to wear in public or up to par. So this is a shirt that can be worn at a game. It can be worn at a FAMU event, at a non-FAMU event. Hey, Ashton, how you doing? So we want to make sure that you all, let me see if I can make it big for a quick second, take us off the screen. Well, that didn't get as big as I thought it was going to be.
I just took us off the screen.
yeah, that's all it did. So we'll come back. But this is the shirt that you will receive in addition to your slides. If you move up to the silver package, we got our SWAC family checking in with us. What's up, SWAC family? SWAC, another podcast show that you need to take the time out to go and see. They have a good time over there at Swag and Food.
They do.
They absolutely do. So when you're out there in YouTube land trying to find your next podcast, make sure you go check out Swag and Food. You check out Pillar Talk. What's some of the other ones?
Absolutely.
ONG, Strike Zone, always
Fangs up.
Fangs up.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So thank y'all for coming in and chatting with us, talking with us tonight.
We all need to pop up on each other's shows every once in a while.
Absolutely. A pop-up shop.
Let's do a round table session.
Now that's a good idea. The round table talk is really a good idea. Now,
we need to make that happen for real.
I think we could kind of work that out. And I know most of us in this podcast land, in the SWAC space, FAMU based, and one that we're pretty cool with Alcorn based. Like, it'd be cool to get perspectives on sports and athletics and NIL from another university's perspective. So it's unity, right? SWAC unity, HBCU unity.
It's all good until we start playing each other.
Right.
No, we start playing each other, and we have to play Alcorn this year.
We do play Alcorn this year.
Yeah, we got to play them in football this year. They're coming to brag this year. So yeah, we good until till it's time to October 18th. We good.
October 18th we play them.
Then after October 18th, we'll get back good.
Yeah. Correct.
Yeah.
We'll be back on our talking terms on the 19th.
But shout out to Alcorn. They have one of the better they've got a fantastic nursing school there at Alcorn State. So people don't really realize that. And we need we need more Black people or people of color in general in healthcare, nursing in general. So shout out to Alcorn. I know we've got a fine one at FAMU as well, but we definitely give a shout out to Alcorn for their nursing school.
My daughter that's one of her choices right now. She wants to be a nurse, and Alcorn is one of the schools that she is, because they do have a good nursing program. They do.
Mm-hmm. I interviewed the president of that, or the dean of that nursing program too. Really, really nice. Really well.
Okay.
So we do give love to other schools. I mean,
we do. We got some manners.
We got some home training.
A little bit.
Just a little bit.
Until
we play
we
y'all. Until we play y'all, then it's all bets off. Then I got to get at
Swag and the Fool already say they're ready for that game, and we got to hang out. Listen, be prepared to come to Club Bragg now. I'm just trying to tell you now. Everything you see on the videos is live and in the flesh. It's really like that.
Yeah. Alcorn got a nice tailgate though too. They got a nice game day experience, but
I gotta get over
it ain't nothing like Bragg now.
That's my next goal too, is to kind of make sure I'm visiting more when we go play these different schools. You go to the classics and things of that nature, but I want to see what these other stadiums have to offer in the SWAC.
I have a good time. I've been to a couple of them: A&M, Alabama State, Alcorn, Southern, Jackson. I've been to a few of them, and they are a good time. I haven't been to Grambling yet. Grambling way too far up there in Louisiana. But yeah, of course.
So JT said we should do a show with all the family shows for the schedule release.
That's a good idea.
Like that.
Yeah, let's do it. Let's do it.
Yeah. So I'm down. We're all down with that, JT. We'll make that happen.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
And kind of see if we can get it all where everybody can stream to their individual account at one time. And so we'll get all the streaming connected in some way. So that way a penalty talks down.
He's down.
Everybody's crowd can watch all of us at one time. And that'll be fun. I think that would be
that'll be really fun. Yeah, we gotta see about that. The schedule should be releasing, to my understanding,
the end of the month, right?
End of the month, which we're practically there early February, like end of January, 1st of February type time frame. So that's in the next week or two.
Is it too much to ask to see if we can get the AD or Coach Cozy on the schedule release show, or at least some of the players will pop through and talk about it?
We can definitely get some players on. Get players on. We got to catch Coach Cozy's schedule, AD schedule and that kind of thing, and see. And he was just on ONG a couple weeks ago,
maybe 2 weeks ago.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, maybe 2 weeks ago.
About 2 weeks ago.
Not yesterday, but last week, talking about his philosophies and his growth. It was a good show.
He did a great interview. Yeah,
Coach Cozy.
It's a great
on ONG Strike Zones. It was last week, so that would have been what.
No, now he's good. He's good on camera. He's good on the mic. And he really does. He really is a good ambassador.
He spoke well.
See some results on the field better this year.
I knew that was coming. See,
I knew it. You know you have to wait for Ellis. What he gonna give us this time?
I knew it was coming. I said, "Oh Lord, he's not gonna stop there. He's not."
I'm just saying. I appreciate.
I tell you what, watch the interview, and I think you'll be.
I'm telling you, there was some growth, some real growth.
Did the interview put another victory on the? Did the interview do I appreciate the interview. That's what I'm saying.
That's not what he give us for now. He just giving us a preparation for what he gonna put on.
He was great at homecoming when he got on stage. He had the specs on. He was.
Oh, he don't play by his glasses.
We was talking. We was giving him props for his glasses.
Cozy is gonna step in his attire.
Okay, so for sure. It was clean. Well, all that ain't putting no victories on the scoreboard. That's all I'm saying. It's nice.
Right. So we're gonna let Coach Cozy handle that. And in August, we're gonna have them victories on the scoreboard. Look at JT laughing. Don't laugh, JT. Don't egg him on.
I know y'all missed Ellis. I know y'all missed him.
Yeah, I know y'all. Now he come out swinging. Ellis done came in hot. Took his little break, and now he coming in hot. And make sure one thing we want you all to make sure you're doing this. Let's take a pause. Like the show.
Yes, please.
Make
sure you subscribe and go out. If you're on Twitter, if you're on Instagram, if you're on actual YouTube show, make sure you're doing us a huge favor by going out and liking the specific show, as well as subscribing to the page. That helps us with the algorithm. That helps us to move towards monetization. And we're looking to a milestone of 1,000 subscribers, right? So we want to continue to grow that subscriber number, which it is increasing. That's why we're going to also bring in more content. We're talking about making sure to get to some of these off-season bowl games so that we can bring you more content and get some media going. We were able to catch Kendall at his bowl game and put some in. We got good views off of that short, that short video of that big play that he had. So we're going to keep doing that. So just make sure we want to take a pause before we move on to our discussion, to kind of get you to go in and make sure you're liking. I don't know. Can somebody tell us how many likes?
Yeah, how many likes?
How many likes we have at the moment?
We're gonna try to get some footage at the Legacy Bowl.
Yep.
So
we'll bring some footage.
So before we get into the main topic, to share, I just got a quick question. I saw something pop up on my feed and I was reading and I didn't know where we are with this whole situation. 12. I saw where the coaches voted unanimously to shorten the transfer portal window to like 10 days. Is that going to pass, or is that just them saying that that's what they want?
That's what they want.
Okay. The NCAA have to be careful, if we're being honest. They got lawsuits left and right. They have to be careful.
They have to understand that the game is not about them anymore, the coaches, I think, and it's becoming, which I think is good, more of a player-centric type, vibe. So, of course, you want it to be 10 days. That way, you don't have so much ambiguity and, inconsistency and uncertainty in your program. Because when the window is open for nearly a month, them kids be, you know what I mean? You don't know. So,
what I didn't like about that is, like, I'm watching the bowl games, especially when we got into the playoff, and it was like one kid, they were like, he wasn't practicing because he was going to get in the transfer portal, but then he pulls out at the last minute, dresses, plays in the game. And I'm like, somebody needs to just get some better advice to these kids, because this is crazy. Like,
their parents are advising them that way, though.
The parents, the agents, you find out more and more that the parents are heavily involved in some of these things. A lot of times, the agents are also, unfortunately, they don't have the best interest of the athlete, more so than themselves. They will, convince them to do that in order to get to the next school, maybe the next NIL deal, maybe the next opportunity to play. And a lot of times, depending on level of athlete you are and the level that you're on, it doesn't fare well. Sometimes it seems like it's a lot of times been better to just stay at the school you're at, stay in the depth chart that you're in, and prove it wherever you are. It's been you see so many. It's 8,000 athletes in the portal, more than 8,000. So you have to be careful about that, because it can be a sinkhole for you if you're not careful.
Well, it's sinkholes all around, because more and more athletes are staying in school because of NIL, right?
Yes.
So it's like, because, like, case in point, Carson Beck, he was a quarterback at UGA this year till he got hurt in the SEC championship game. They lose their first game. He, going into the season, he was projected to be a high draft pick, but he had a subpar season. Now he's going down to University of Miami. He's going to get $10 million in NIL to go play 1 year at the University of Miami.
Yeah.
One, he's not worth $10 million.
He's not worth $10.
But the problem is, he would make, and this is where, like, it gets into issues for athletes. He's not worth $10 million, but they're giving him $10 million to play at University of Miami. Now that $10 million for him individually is perfect, because he wouldn't make that much money in the NFL. Because he was going to be a second round pick. His whole contract would be worth $10 million if he sticks. He knows he's going to get this $10 million for 1 year. It makes sense for him. And now I got a kid that I used to coach back in the day that is a freshman, early admit quarterback at University of Miami. That just pushed him back a year.
Yep, he doesn't get his opportunity.
Because your boy was leaving, so he might have been able to get himself in a mix to fight for a starting job. But now you bring in a veteran and give him $10 million, he's starting, right? So now you get pushed back a year, and it's like everything's getting pushed back, and you pay money to this kid. And guess what? And if Carson Beck plays like he did this year at UGA, that was a waste of $10 million.
I was just about to say, I'm going to bet that he's not going to finish out the year. UM is my team. I'm going to bet that Carson he's pulled mid-season. He's not good. He's not. Well, let me not say he's not worth $10 million.
He's not worth $10
He's
million.
not worth $10 million
Yeah.
at all.
Two, maybe if you really feel like you needed a starting quarterback that bad. I understand.
I've been seeing them get like between 2 and 3, maybe 4, but 10.
I feel like they could have done much
You know what
better.
else it does? It resets the market. Like it's just like the NFL and the NBA. When this position gets a particular dollar figure, it literally resets the market for that either position. And although we don't have in the college space, we don't have a real regulation as it pertains to NIL. You can just give a quarterback what you feel like they want or what you feel like you can give them. So it's not a true market, but there's implications of a market. So now you've made the market potentially upwards of 10 million.
If you give bums $10 million, what you gonna give the good quarterbacks? If I'm looking at that, I think y'all gave Carson back $10 million.
It sets a precedent on the market, so you have to be careful when you're just, and if you have it to give, everybody, and this is one of those spaces where everybody doesn't have it to give, but it happens in the pros. Like their salary caps happen based on large markets and small markets, so it's not, in my opinion, much different. But you have to be careful to do that 10 million. EA has a comment. He says he disagrees if we held coaches to the same standards because they jump and leave at their first opportunity. Despite lying to parents, they would take care of you. That they will take care of you.
Hold on, let me see. I have to disagree. If we hold coaches to the same standards.
Yeah, but
so it looks like EA is saying basically,
I get
give the autonomy to the athlete, like the coaches who can come and go as they please, which we don't have a problem with them,
I get it, but and here's where it's like when you got one coach, like Nick Saban was the highest state employee in Alabama as the head coach, and he was making his probably total compensation package was about $7 to $10 million at Alabama, but that was television appearances. He had to do other things as radio shows, all this other stuff as part of his compensation package. The school might be only giving him $5.5 million or whatever, right. And then some of he was getting paid from other entities. Then he was making the money from Aflac and all this other stuff. So that's cool, but that's one person and his assistant coaches. When you're talking about athletes that might not pan out, and coaches don't pan out always either, because look at what happened at Florida State, right? So we've got issues. Coaches don't pan out either, but at least they put together a whole career. We're talking about paying like Carson Beck ain't worth $10 million. I just can't get over the fact they gave it. And it could be part of it. I know his girlfriend is a big influencer. She's a basketball player or something at University of Miami. So I get there's other things that go into it, including being an influencer. But he looks like an alien and plays like a bum. So I'm
Lord
sorry.
Jesus. Ellis, we always have to reel you back, don't we?
I'm sorry. I call it what it is.
It came out. It definitely came out. But having the players have an ability to make their decisions, not be, have the ability to move, in the transfer portal, and garner the amount of money that they deserve or are worth, or maybe somebody else thinks they're worth. There's no issues. We're NIL, we're NIL based, so we support NIL for sure. And with that, you kind of almost have to let the portal come along with it, because that's just a part of it. They go hand in hand. NIL and portal go hand in hand. So it's at that point where the advisement is just what makes the most sense. Hopefully, you can tell whose parents are advising students well, athletes well, and whose parents and agents are not. And it's based on the how they move, when they move, where they move, and things of that nature. It's kind of obvious to me.
I don't think it will correct. Going back to that person's comment, I'm not sure it'll correct itself until there's at least a cap put on how often they can like there's got to be. I don't think that it should be back in the day like one and you got to sit out a year and all that. No, but definitely saying that a person can transfer every year, that's insane, and it's going to continue. It won't correct itself until they get a hold at least of that. If a person says, I know that I have to be here for at least 2 years, or I can only transfer twice or 3, whatever, then I think it'll begin to correct itself. But if they know that I can go here, I can play. If my coach says anything to me crazy, if they tell me I got to run at 5 o'clock in the morning, I know this season I'm out. Or I can say I'm going to sit out the rest of the season. Okay. which we've had even in our own program. I'm going to sit out the rest of the season and declare that I'm going to enter in the portal when it opens in December, mid-season. Until we get a cap on that, I don't think it will correct itself, because that right there is out of control.
It definitely needs structure and regulation. I mean, every area in life, honestly, we have some regulation and structure and guideline on how we operate. So it just needs to come.
There's got to be a cap on how much you can pay players on overall, not individually. Like almost like in NFL, you got a salary cap, right? Every team has X amount of dollars to spend. These programs have to have something like that, because one, they're going to, at the end of the day, the fans and the boosters are going to pay. That's what it's boiled down to. So you've got schools already implementing seat licensing to get more money in. They're charging student more athletic fees so that can fill the NIL coffers. You're going to have a disparity when it comes to who has more NIL money. So because like the Texas schools have way more money because they got oil money back in those schools.
Going to have more money regardless, right?
Versus like, University of Mississippi or Alabama, yes, they're powerhouse schools, but when they don't have a lot of money available, those kids are going to, those 5-star recruits that we're getting are going to go elsewhere. And it's going to show up on the field. As you saw this year, Alabama wasn't as sharp as they were. And some of that is due to Saban's departure, but some of that is due to he doesn't have stacked 4- and 5-star recruits back to back to back to back. So if somebody goes down, you can put another 5-star in. Now somebody goes down, you put a 3-star in. You put a kid that could do it, but maybe not, or a kid that walked on with a lot of heart, and he's not that stud. And so I'm seeing that across the board in terms of, Ohio State. I don't know where they money coming from, but they got money.
Yeah.
Okay. And so you saw they had first rounders across on both sides of the ball playing, and so I'm like, and they're all getting paid. So
LeBron giving them a lot of money. He loved the Buckeyes.
They got to be something. I'm like, what is this?
He in Ohio.
And those big money donors / boosters putting it to that program, and they have a brand and expectation from them, especially from a football standpoint. It's no question about it.
Yeah.
Here's that's a good question. So there's a couple of good questions. I like the point by Marvin that says you need some restrictions, some structure now and fast. I totally agree with that. We're all in agreement with you on that one, Marvin.
Absolutely.
Then he asked the question, how many kids that enter the portal and never make it back to any school remember education and career development? You're right, because not everybody gets pulled out of the portal. So now you've left this one school, nobody picks you up out of the portal. What do? Right? What do those players do that are they still enrolled in school? They entered the portal, so that means they're not on the football team anymore. But does that mean that they've de-enrolled from the school at that point when they entered the portal? So there's some, okay, so they're not in school, and then they don't have another school that said, yes, you can come play. So either they've got to can they
enroll as a student?
As a student, as a regular student.
And walk on possibly.
Yes. So you have to go somewhere else and just enroll and walk on, because you can't go back to school. You just tried to leave with your tail tucked between your legs and go begging back to the coach. So you go to the school that you think you want to go to and play for and be a preferred walk-on or something like that.
Which is the perfect segue into what we wanted to talk about. Ash, do you have the video to put up?
Yeah, let's see if I can get my technology.
Actually.
Let's see if I can get my technology to act right. It was a video that I'm pretty sure it was on other platforms, but we did see it on Instagram.
So while you pulling it up, EA has the question. Can someone explain to me why FAMU can increase its student fees? Do we pay the same as FSU? I don't know if we pay the same as FSU.
We definitely don't have the volume of students as FSU, so that's part of it. It's just the sheer number of students makes the difference. But we had a show about 2 or 3, maybe even 4 shows ago where we kind of got real deep into that too.
I'm a fan of increasing student fees because that's the only money that the athletic department can get from the students. Is what they pay for their athletic fee on your tuition list. All other monies that go into athletic department has to come from outside donations in the state of Florida. I can't speak for every state. The state of Florida has structured it that the athletic department's budget is separate from the school. So that's good and bad. So like now they don't have to be worried about all the scrutiny, but that only helps FSU and University of Florida because they've got large budgets that they don't want state supervision over. For a school like FAM, when the university, if you donate money to the university and just don't put for the athletic department, that goes to the university. The athletic department doesn't go to the athletic department. It has to be designated for athletic department. And it took the 2 ADs ago. Remember Courtney Gaucher when in 2020, we would do some Zoom calls, and he was the first. That was the first time I'd ever heard about that, and I'd been an alumni, and I had already left, and he was like, "No, the money comes from here. You know, it's got to come direct." And so that's when we started saying doubling, increasing our efforts of giving money specifically to the athletic department.
Yeah,
those are the challenges. So we got to raise the fees because that fee does go to the athletic department, and $15 per student ain't gonna do it.
And but I don't. To Fang's up podcast point, we have a small population of students, so increasing fees that are meant to go to athletics definitely helps. Anything extra helps, but our student population is small compared, especially when you compare to others. That also, again, that volume can make the difference. You got so many thousands extra students times whatever the fee would be. It makes a large difference.
I don't agree with raising student fees for one reason, like you said, because of we don't have a large student volume, but largely because the student tuition fees are already high enough. I believe what we need to do is we need to raise ticket prices. We're still paying $55 for a ticket. I've been paying that for the last 5-10 years. Yeah. Ticket prices. Think about this. If we have 13,000 people on an average, our average last year was about 15,000 people that attended Bragg Memorial Stadium for games. So we're going to say that maybe 2,000 of those are students, right? If we increase 13,000, if you go up $5, how much is that? And then we have 5 to 6 home games. Just right there, if you go up $5 simply, and imagine going up 10 or 15, and we're going to pay it. And then homecoming, I'm not saying we surge it like the hotels are, but it's 30,000 people buy a ticket homecoming. Easy. We get 33,000 people in Bragg. I don't know how they're doing that, but that's what the things we say. Charge $200 a student, and they have the same. You talking about the student fees? That's about what our students are paying. I think they're paying more than that. Is he talking about the student fees?
Yeah,
the student fees. They're paying. But we're still paying. We can go get a ticket for $50. They're still doing some games. Mississippi Valley or whatever. You can get 4 tickets for $100. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I think this year with 6 home games, I think this is the most home games I've seen us have in a long time.
The one coming up is going to be a lot too. I think we got like 5.
That's what he's referring to. Yeah.
Oh,
yeah. The season coming up. I think there's 6 home games.
We're gonna have a lot of. Well, so, I think we're taking one away because I don't know if we're supposed to say that yet, but anyway.
At least 5. So, which is still more because there were many years we only played like 4 home games because we're doing those classics, and then that weren't making us any money. So I do agree with pulling out a lot of those classics. I'm not in agreement of pulling out of the Miami Classic. I thought that was great, but I enjoyed going down South Florida. So
I did too. Somebody, you might be happy again. I don't know. You might be happy again. So you just might be happy again. So.
Okay, because that was an annual trip. Like that was
same for me. I went every single year. I went to the OBC.
Yeah, I'm a proponent for raising ticket prices. We can increase our ticket prices in the range of $5 to $10.
The alums can take that hit, $5-10.
And it'll go, and especially when you explain this is why we're doing it. As alums, that's what we care about. Like, why not? And another good point made was to push season tickets, because it's one thing to get you a bunch of individual game tickets, but push those season tickets. Encourage our friends and our classmates to get season tickets.
And they need to raise the price of them. Why are we still around the swag too? That's ridiculous. People still paying $150, $200 for a ticket book. That's crazy.
When I first bought season tickets, I bought them for my in-laws for because they're FAMU alumni for their anniversary one year. This was years ago. It was $90 for season tickets.
Yep.
I'm like, serious? I was like, what?
It hasn't gone up much. I think we
they're not
250
going
right
up
now.
now.
I think we had 250. I think 200 something. I think I can't even remember what it was, but I mean, the last time I bought season tickets, I was very flabbergasted at how much it was. It was
Yeah.
extremely cheap. I expected it to be a lot more than that, and I think that the single tickets should go up. And I think if single tickets go up, it'll force you to also buy season tickets, because if you're thinking to pay $80. Cat's out the bag. It is out. Well, it ain't out the bag, so I'm not saying nothing yet. Okay, but y'all can go ahead and if you
y'all
say
put in the chat,
if
y'all
you put
said
it in the chat, then maybe
they said it, not us.
If you put it in the chat, we ain't gonna deny it. But
I like this idea, Ezekiel. But you're saying for the athletic department, have a QR code at the game so people can donate while at the games. I agree with that.
AD did do. Now I'll give her that. Our previous AD did have that kind of thing going on, and she was selling like jerseys, like old stuff that we had, jerseys and stuff like that.
I think
she did that. Now she did that because I got
and Fang Exchange actually had a QR code in one of at a home game, so that's potentially something that will you can be seen again.
And I like this idea too. I was thinking like if we could get, like you can add on, like if you're going online and you're buying a ticket and you say, hey, would you like to, if we can convince them to put us an add-on to say, hey, would you like to, no, we can do that.
Ellis, no options.
Don't give them
you can't give them options.
Just raise it. $10. Two of them go to NIL, 8 of them go to the athletic department, and boom. Nobody's gonna complain if the tickets go from 55 to 65. Nobody's gonna say nothing. $2 go to NIL, $8 go to the athletic department, and keep it moving. People are not going to complain.
Wait, how long y'all been black?
All our life.
Okay, so you've been black your whole life, like me. Black folks will complain about a ticket price going up $5, but won't complain about their liquor price going up $5.
Okay, and they're gonna do it like this. They're gonna be complaining while they're buying their tickets.
Yep.
We complain about
it for a good reason and a good cause.
They gonna do.
We want to keep winning games, don't we? We need the funds. We're working on the Celebration Bowl, a return to the Celebration Bowl. We need the funds.
Yeah, you paying that in a Ticketmaster fee. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
See if we can get one of those. Yeah, you can get one of those. There are other sites. Like I know some people that don't go. Maybe I don't understand because I'm not in athletic administration, but I know some people don't even go through Ticketmaster. Some schools, and let me say this too, since we on that. Let me say this. I have bought tickets for games all around the SWAC. I've gone to out of conference games. I'm gonna tell you something. I went to a UAB and Alcorn game. UAB is still sending me emails now about season tickets. Southern University is still sending me email about season tickets. All of the schools are doing that. FAMU, I buy tickets there all the time. There's and it's not nobody, it's an automated something, but it's reminding me I need to get my tickets. That's something that's simple because your email address has to go in there when you purchase your tickets. Have something that it pops up to remind me, get your season tickets. Season tickets are coming. UAB is still emailing me. Southern University still emailing me right now about getting season tickets from one time when I went and bought tickets there. We got to get on, and this is not
Dear FAMU, it's called Salesforce or it's called a CRM. You just plug it in. As soon as they get that email, boom, they should get it, and it's on a timer. You set it on.
Yes. Inundate my email. That's it.
But just remind you, it's got to happen. We've got to move into the 22nd century on this stuff. Automated.
The 20th. Get us to the 21st.
For real, it's got to get more efficient. When you have fewer people, you got to become more efficient with how you do it. So.
Georgia State had been emailing me like crazy. I think I had to push stop on them from the MEAC SWAC.
Literally, I had to unsubscribe.
I didn't even come to see y'all. I came to see my own school.
Correct. I had to unsubscribe. Yes.
Yeah, I had to unsubscribe from them.
JT, you asking a $50 million question right there.
I don't understand why we don't do it at the end of the season. Why do we not?
We got to wait every year to buy season tickets.
Every year.
Bruh, and you're trying to push electronic tickets anyway, so it doesn't matter.
Ain't nobody coming to pick up no book. No book
Except
of
for our
tickets.
season route. They in Tallahassee, they'll pick it up.
I bought my homecoming tickets from
But our younger alum in large leave Tallahassee. So with that in mind, it needs to be electronic. With that in mind, you know, we have a good base that will stay in Tallahassee, but a large percentage of us go to another city.
Yeah, I was just down there. I didn't see a lot of. I was out there last weekend. My son was at he was at that other school across the track at a baseball camp, and I finally tried A-Town wings. I forgot to tell y'all. I tried.
You tried A-Town.
It was delicious.
You liked it? I'm trying to tell you, Ellis.
I'm sold on it.
Listen, when you get back to town, that's gonna be it's a stop every time I go. If something wrong, if I don't make it to A-Town.
I went to the one on Tharp. Y'all know the one on Tharp.
Listen, that's the one you got to go to. Don't go to
that's what they told me. That's what they told me. That's a good one. That's a good
Listen,
one.
they got all the flavors you want. And I mean, I'm like, I don't know what they put.
The flavors.
Somebody auntie back there cooking with the big arms. With the big arms.
Listen,
we had a chicken and fish smorgasbord. It was me and my son. We got the wings. We got some pieces of some catfish and some white.
Absolutely.
Surprise!
We
was eating good, but I tell you that honey hot lemon pepper.
So good.
The sauce.
You didn't put. Oh, try with the garlic pepper next time. Same mix to add garlic pepper.
They A-Town wings get it, and they cook it fresh too. That was like
it's always fresh. It's always good. Their wings don't never be too big. I can't stand a big wing.
I can't stand big old Tyrannosaurus Rex
wing looking chicken wings.
Yes. Oh, dinosaur wings. No.
It's hot. It's seasoned perfectly. It was good. It was good.
We won't steer you wrong, Ellis. We won't steer you wrong.
No, it didn't. It didn't. And I was talking to some locals. That's how I was like, I got to go to A-Town with it. And they like, everybody got it. Said, oh, yeah, you got to go to the one on, but I go to, this one never asked me that. Now, you need to go to that one on Tharp. You need to go to that one on Tharp.
Yeah.
They gave me some sauce choices. And my son was like, can I get 2 sauces? They were like, oh, yeah, you can get one. He was so excited. He got 2 sauces, and it was good. It was good. I shout out to A-Town wings. Yeah.
Definitely. We need to go down there and tell them.
When I go back.
Tell them we patronize and then give it advertising. It's time for an NIL partnership then on a local business.
We need that for real.
That's a good idea now.
We need to get A-Town. They making plenty money.
I know they getting plenty money on our
they're making plenty money.
Yeah.
Okay, and the comments over there. You know they getting plenty of money from our students.
Exactly.
Now,
is it the comments? What's the apartments over there? That's the comments, right?
The one thing that I did do, and I was like, I regret it. The only thing I regretted about it, I had a nostalgic moment, right? Because they had the fountain drink. Oh, I got to drink mine. So I ain't sun kissed in a long time. So sun kiss.
You had a sun kiss?
Soda. It was so sweet.
Yeah.
It was a color orange that I didn't even recognize. I was like, and my son was like, I said, I changed. I said, oh, this was a bad decision. Do not get the sun kiss, please. Get your Pepsi, get your Mountain, something, not the sun water, not the sun kiss.
They put too much syrup.
They did. It was way too much syrup. But I was like, but other than that, the wings. Shout out to A-Town wings.
Absolutely.
So we still haven't hit the lead story. So Ashley,
okay, yeah, we got a little distracted, but let's see if I can get this to play for us real quick.
Here, so Wisconsin safety Xavier Luke has just transferred to Miami without ever entering the portal, and now he's enrolled at Miami. How did this happen? According to this wild story from On3, it comes out that players don't actually put themselves in the transfer portal. They tell the school, I want to enter the transfer portal, and the school has 48 hours to put their name in the portal. The athlete cannot do so themselves. So back in December, Xavier Lucas tells Wisconsin, I'm ready to enter the portal, and Wisconsin's like, no, buddy, you're not allowed to. You'd apparently just signed like a rev share deal, so like NIL money, like you keep some, I get some off of jersey sales. And they're like, no, dude, you're not hitting the portal. We're not letting you. Schools like Wisconsin, you better learn. The institutions, y'all don't have the power. The players have all the power. That's when his agent says, well, the portal doesn't actually exist. It's a figment of our imagination. And the NCAA is like, well, actually, they've kind of got a point because there's no rules that prevent a student athlete from unenrolling at an institution and then enrolling at a new institution and competing immediately. So checkmate. Xavier Lucas didn't transfer. He unenrolled from Wisconsin and then enrolled at Miami. Insane transfer portal story.
So
and there's a loophole.
There's the loophole. Therein lies the loophole. So the transfer portal really doesn't exist. Okay, that's what he's trying to say.
that's what
Therein
Xavier
lies the
Lucas
loophole.
brought to the forefront. So another time where the NCAA will have to get a hold of a situation that other players now that type of setup from our vantage point probably is not good for individuals who don't have a landing spot. Like if you don't have a predetermined landing spot, you're probably playing with fire. But I guess you are anyway if you get in the portal and you don't have a landing spot, you test the waters. But in his case, he was obviously a highly sought after athlete, so that's part of it. School wanted to keep him. He was already signed on, and he did not want to stay for whatever his reasons are. His agent, who was an attorney, found a loophole, and now he's definitely a student at University of Miami currently because of that. So it didn't stop.
He'll walk on in the spring now, and of course he's going to be successful walking on. Just might as well fall.
NCAA they dodging lawsuits left and right. They just trying to hold them.
I have zero. This is how much empathy I have for the NCAA. 00, because for decades they have been exploiting these athletes. For decades, they were making hundreds of millions of dollars. Even that's why they had to sue to get the players off of the EA Sports game. They were making money off the games. They were using the players' likeness. That's how this whole domino, that was the first domino when Ed O'Bannon sued to get his, they said, that's me on that NCAA basketball game. If I'm going to be on that game, give me my money.
Yeah.
And so they just took the players off the game, right? And now it's just a school. But these players were having to get under the table deals, handshake deals. Mama was getting money through back channels, and then if they got caught, remember what was the player, the running back from University of Georgia, that signed? He was a big time running back. Played for the Falcons a little bit too at the end of his career. Gurley, was that Gurley?
I know. I remember the situation.
He signed a jersey and a helmet.
Yeah,
and got a little money for that, and then he had to sit out.
Yeah,
from playing because he got some money off of his own signature.
Yeah.
And so it's like, but he could go to a memorabilia show. He's not making the money on. He's just sitting there signing shirts,
and the school can make the money
selling shirts with his signature on it, and he can't make a dime. Really? Right. So right. I have zero empathy for the NCAA, none. But
I'm with you.
Players, Todd Gurley, right, Ezekiel. But players, the only warning I have for players is this: don't chase the money in college. Make sure you're doing what you need to do on and off the field. The money will be there. If you're that type of player, if you're that guy, now get your money, because not everybody makes it to the pros. We know less than 1% of players make it to the pros. Fewer than that stick.
Right.
So, and even fewer than that get to that third year, which is when you get into the health plan and your retirement plan. You got to be in the league 3 years. I think it really breaks out to like 2.7 years of service. But anyway, 3 years before you can kick into and get that retirement plan where you get money in perpetuity for the NFL. And that's why you see a lot of those marginal players, mysteriously their careers end at 2.5 years. Like there's games being played in the NFL too. So get your money. That's why I'm like, Carson Beck, get $10 million. University of Miami is going to pay for it, and eventually the fans are going to pay for it. So, but make sure you're doing what you need to do. Don't just be running around trying to make it a money grab. It's not a lottery.
Right.
You paying for your name, image, and likeness. Get your money and go ball out to make the fan base, because I guarantee you, they know how much you're making, especially those top tier players. Those fans know how much you got in NIL money. If you go up there and stink up a game, they're gonna call you they can call everything but a child of God. Okay?
Oh, they don't play. They do. They are upset when it don't pan out, and that's actually like a misconception because if we're being honest, NIL is for name, image, and likeness, which is not supposed to be paid for play, right? So it's not about how well you perform on the field, although it kind of indirectly, happens that way, depending on how what happens. But that's kind of indirectly. But you got to have a coach come together, the administration. It takes a lot to win, not just the fact that somebody paid $10 million to a quarterback, right? So that's a funny thing. But those boosters and fans who pay into it, it for them it feels like a quick fix to a championship or to the playoffs or whatever it is for your team. But you have to put it in perspective as well when it comes to NIL. But I agree with Ellis. And that's one of my personal life principles. I don't chase money. Like I say, I don't chase money. Money chase me. If I do what I'm supposed to do, money will chase me.
Because what a red flag to me sends up is like if I'm a pro team and I got a player and he's like, we invite him to the combine, and I look on his player profile and he got 3 or 4 different schools on there. That's a red flag to me as a coach. I don't mind you going to 2 schools, 3 max if you can explain how you ended up at 3 schools. But if you've been at you got 5 years of eligibility and you at 4 schools.
3 schools is crazy work to me. Unless your
right.
coach,
I'm saying
unless your coach has moved.
And coaches do that. Coaches will every year
take
you
their
might
players.
coach.
The only reason why I give them 3
is if they follow their coach.
Is they follow their coach, or if they started at like a Fang, or and then they moved up, and then they played, and then they followed that coach. That coach, they went to another school to go to coach, and then that coach went to a bigger school, and he follows the coach. Like what happened in Indiana. That coach went from a smaller school to Indiana. He brought half his team. He brought like 10, 12 players from his team. Okay, I can give you a 3rd school if that's the case. But you just run around here chasing money.
He made me mad. I'm gone.
He made me
I didn't
mad.
like the coach. The coach didn't let me play enough games. He set me out.
Yeah, I mean, JT, look, we all were in Tallahassee, and I was in Tallahassee when it was Burt Reynolds Hall's day. And so y'all don't understand. Burt Reynolds Hall back in the day used to be the football dorm. And they broke up Burt Reynolds when I was there because when you would drive by, it was all the football players living in that one dorm, but it was a car show in the parking lot. So you could see, you like, all these kids got these temporary tags on these brand new Broncos and Ford Explorers and all this other stuff. And they come from Pahokee and y'all like playing. And it was a big time car dealership, Ford dealership there. All of them had Fords and all of them, and I was like, so Bobby Bowden realized, oh, this is not a good look. So they broke up Burt Reynolds Hall, made it a freshman dorm, and the players moved into apartments. So they lived all over the place so they could space it out. But I mean, it really looked like a car show when you used to drive by the Burt Reynolds. So we knew even back then. Oh yeah, SMU, come on now, Eric Dickerson and all them. What's the white dude named Craig? He was a fullback, and he played for the SMU team. It wasn't just Eric Dickerson. It was a white dude who was getting money too, big money. Eric Dickerson was crazy with it. He was more flamboyant with it, but it was a white dude made some money. But it was a car show, so it was. But they had more controls back then, and they could hold it over a kid's head. Oh, we caught you, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, Craig James, you're right. So, again, my official stance is I'm all for NIL. I'm all for players making what they can because they may not make it to the league. And $500,000, $1 million can go a long way to setting that up. Now, I'm going to sound like a parent for 2 seconds. I think, particularly when the NIL gets over a certain amount, half of that money should get put into a trust where that player cannot get into that trust until they're at least 21 years old. And that's just so they won't blow through it. Because if you give me $1 million at 18 years old, at 19, I might have $5.
You might have
financial literacy should definitely be highly important.
To me, and my boys eat. We all eat. Okay.
By 19, you might have what, Ellen?
$5. I mean, steak and scrimps every night.
Steak and scrimps.
taking sprints. Okay, you heard what I said? I said we all had the shoes. We all had J's. I'm taking all my boys with me. Come on, now.
A-Town every night, huh?
I'm hood with it. You know, okay? But I'm 18 years old. I'm 18 years old, and I have no concept of money.
Yeah.
Okay.
Absolutely.
And so put it in a trust, and then the agents need to help these kids learn financial literacy, and then now if you make it to the league, even better. Now you're already ahead of the game in terms of setting up generational wealth for you and your family. But you just can't, you being Santa Claus or mama, about mama house, you're doing all this other stuff, and you might not make it to the league. Now what? Because the house got a property tax. I don't care if the house paid off or not. It's a property tax due every year.
Every year. That's
one of the beautiful things to me about NIL, when done right, is that these athletes have an opportunity to do business before they step out into the real world, whether it's working or whether it's making it to the NBA, NFL, all those things.
Put the money into a trust.
Financial literacy is important. Learn to be a businessman or woman before you go to that professional level, before you get out to the workforce, become a coach or whatever it is you choose to do. Do it now while you're in the same net of a scholarship, and your parents still and families and the community is still for you, because when you're out, you're out. And a lot of people made mistakes just fumbling through and learning, especially from a finance standpoint. That's probably one of the areas that we as a community are educated in. And I was able to see it every day, just like in the banking space that I was in, and it's astronomically the disparity is large for our community. So we know a lot of these athletes are mainly worried about their sports, and their families may not know how to handle finances, and you can't always trust an agent or a business person who you think you can trust, because at the end of the day their bottom line is what matters to them. So you have to be careful, but
look at
LeBron's money is important.
Look at LeBron's crew, right? I would say so my son played on a really good youth travel football team, and on that team, 10 of them got D1 scholarship, 13 of them, but 10 of them going to SEC schools. So this kid going to Georgia, he's already getting write-ups on the paper. Kid goes down to Miami to play quarterback. A couple of them went to Tennessee, Wake Forest. They're all over the place. Clemson. They're all over the place. So you take my son, okay, he goes off to college, he goes to FAMU, he becomes a finance major. Now he works with these kids. So if they do make it to that next level, or they're on NIL money, okay, well, so now when they all graduate together, you got somebody that you grew up with, that you know and you trust, handling that money on the back end. So you're not getting anything, and then he can scrutinize the deals, and he's a business plan. Well, okay, no, that's not a good deal. He can help broker all that stuff. You'll have an agent, but you got your boy too that's also working in hand with your agent, because agents work differently in the NFL than it does in NBA. And NBA changed theirs too. NBA, you used to not even have to have a degree, but Maverick Carter killed that.
Yeah.
They were they tried to get rid of Maverick Carter, so they said you got to have a college degree.
Maverick Carter said he ain't going nowhere until the boy go.
Yeah. So
and even after that, because he still got the rest of the elite players on his roster from
he does. And they're going to keep having him because he has LeBron and he keeps making them money. So they're like, no, I don't care what y'all talking about. But I know I'm going too deep into this, but I think ultimately NIL is one designed for a player to be able to make money off of their name, image, and likeness. We understand what that is. Mm-hmm. But the other thing is, if the players that are making the big money, we're not talking about the kids that we're helping out with FAM. So make sure you sign up for Thanksgiving. You're gonna make your Thanksgiving donation
or become a member.
Or become a member.
Our players are different bracket.
Either way, make sure you do that. And could somebody put the link in the comments so that if they want a reminder of what the Thanksgiving link is.
Okay.
But it's really about, some of these kids are coming from areas where, underserved areas, low income areas. This might be the most money they see in their lifetime. You don't want them to get in a situation where they burn through this money. And NFL players have done it. We've heard the horror stories. I don't want any of these kids to be the next horror story. I want them to be able to parlay that money. And if they don't make it to the NFL, if something tragic happens, like an injury, they at least got a nest egg that they can start their life on. And I think that, sometimes it's just get too old. We keep throwing out these numbers, and again, much like the NFL, we're throwing out the top numbers. Mm-hmm. We know about Carson Beck because he got $10 million, but not everybody's getting that kind of money. And we want to make sure that they're being smart with whatever amount they get, whether it's 100,000, 50,000, whatever they get, they got to be smart with it.
Yeah, absolutely. Let's take one pause and make sure we remind everybody that in the beginning of the show, we asked you to go out, make sure you go on the YouTube page yourself and like the channel, subscribe to the actual channel, like this show along with other shows. Even if you didn't watch it, like it, you're going to like it.
Click the notification bell. We want you to click the bell so you get notified every time.
So make sure you like us, make sure you follow us on Facebook, follow us on Instagram as well as Twitter. You'll get information and details and updates. And I want to give a special shout out to our women's basketball team played tonight. I believe the men are playing. Are the men playing right now? Ellis, I can't believe
Ellis. Be nice.
Ellis. We're gonna blink out.
Shout out to our girls and our boys.
Our
women's
basketball teams.
We can't be disappointed in the way they play it.
Our women played hard tonight. Came up short, but played hard against Jackson State. We'll play them again at home. We went away to their house, so we'll play them again at home. Get another chance to make up for the loss that we took tonight. But they play hard. And you can see them molding and coming together as a team, as the season goes on. Just want to give a shout out to them. But we've been on here for a little more than an hour, and we've had some good discussion. Yep. So we want to, culminate this show, and thank you for your time, and shout out to Ellis for coming back and coming in hot.
As always.
If I'm coming in.
It's on Saturdays only. That's right. Okay. Miss Gail told us it's only on Saturdays.
So hopefully when the schedule gets released, we'll do the kind of the joint.
Yes, I really want to revisit that. We have to revisit that one.
Work on that behind the scenes. So we'd love to do that. And then make sure if you don't get season tickets already, when they do become available, which is why we gotta wait for a season ticket drop like it's a goddamn new album.
They're gonna be available. They're gonna be available real soon. I have a lot of faith that they're gonna be. We got some, new sheriffs in town, and they were slowly working and improving in some areas that we need some help in. So,
can somebody ask, can we get season tickets available year round? Can I get that? Can I get that where I can go online and just buy season tickets and raise the price, goddamn?
Raise the price.
Everything.
Today's price. Today's price is not yesterday's price. We'll raise it. We're with it.
Okay, I'm getting on my soapbox. Okay,
you on your soapbox.
We might need to shut it down, y'all. Thank y'all again. Any parting words? Last thing you want to say, to Shay?
No, go Rattlers.
Go Rattlers. Fangs up. We'll see y'all next week.
I had a brother he stopped me. I was driving down to Tallahassee in Tifton. He had a University of Florida shirt, and I think I had this jacket on. And he was like, oh, FAMU. And I said, it's game night. And so then he was talking about, he said, what y'all do? What y'all?
Oh.
Wow.
All right.
I was nice because he was a brother. So I showed him.
Just teach him next time. Teach him how to be a rattler next time.
I was like, bro, come on, man.
Gotta get a little finesse with it now.
That's it.
Thank y'all again. Strike Rattlers. See y'all next week.
Right. Thanks.